Hi, my name is Heather Giss, and what I want to talk to you about is crying. The emotions that cause us to cry, that produce tears. Sometimes it's anger, sometimes it's grief, sometimes it's feeling overwhelmed, other times it's just a release that needs to happen from inside of us. And usually what happens is we have been taught, especially young males, so boys, have been taught not to cry. We get told all the time when we're crying, oh, don't cry. We do it without even thinking, without even realizing what we're doing. And what happens is we feel uncomfortable with crying. The ones saying don't cry. We are uncomfortable because that emotion is seen as not okay. We don't know what to do. We feel helpless. This produces a feeling of fear, usually, a low level of fear, some anxiety. What do I say? How do I act? What's going on? What am I supposed to do? The mind is freaking out because we don't know. We've never been taught how to handle crying appropriately with just space and compassion and understanding and just allowing that person to be where they are and be okay with it. Just step back and just allow them to do what they're doing. Just let them be. Let them release in the way that is happening for them, that feels aligned for them. Because that is what they need in that moment, is to just let go and just have a space for them to make it okay to do so. So saying the words "don't cry" is like telling someone who has to go to the bathroom, "don't pee." How would you like someone to constantly be telling you when you have to go to the bathroom, "don't pee"? Because it makes me uncomfortable. Although you're not saying that, that's what it conveys. That's what it's always saying under the surface. Is when you're saying something, don't do that to somebody else, it means you're uncomfortable with that being done inside of yourself because you don't know how to handle it. So it has more to do with you than it has to do with the person. Well, how does that feel inside when you're suppressing or having to hold on to something that your body is wanting to let go of? Your body is needing to release this toxin or this emotion or this pent up energy. It needs to be released and it's healthy. This isn't something that's unhealthy and you're not going to do harm to somebody or yourself. This is healthy. Releasing waste is healthy. Crying is healthy. So what we're doing is we are teaching suppression without even understanding that's what we're doing. We're teaching people and ourselves that it's not okay to let go, to release, to break down. We're teaching this, and that in itself is toxic. Because what's happening is when you are not allowing yourself or another to do this, you are actually keeping yourself stuck. People constantly say, I want certain results. I want better things in my life. Well, if that's true, you've got to be able to let go of the old things, which means letting go of pieces and parts of yourself that you don't even realize you're holding on to. And one of the best ways to let go, the body naturally wants to let go, is through crying. Crying is something I do pretty regularly, especially in the last couple of weeks, because I'm really releasing a lot of old baggage, a lot of old emotional beliefs that I've had about myself and how I'm able or acceptable to act and be in the world based on how I was raised and the agreements that I made within myself, in the environment that I grew up in. And we all do this. We all do this. It's not what other people are doing to us, it's what we're doing to ourselves. Because it doesn't matter what someone is saying to you. It doesn't matter what someone, how someone treats you. It's all a matter of what you are saying to yourself as they are doing that, what's going on in your head, and what you are feeling based on those thoughts. That is what the real key is. Excuse me one sec. So, by crying, by letting yourself just break down and release and let go, new things are able to rise to the surface. Old things are able to be released and to be let out of your system that need to be basically. And new things can come up and fill you up. But without that release, we hold everything down. We hold it down right here and we just push it down and push it down and push it down. And then other really toxic emotions like rage and revenge and a lot of stress. It takes a lot of work to hold all that down constantly. And men, young men, are the biggest sufferers of this kind of pain because they have been taught it's weak. When in reality, in the real truth of how things work, the weak ones are the ones who are not having the courage to release. And I don't mean weak as in you're less. I just mean that it takes a lot of internal strength and internal courage to do this real work, this internal work, to go deep within yourself and allow those new truths to come out, to release the old baggage, to heal from the inside out. It takes a lot of courage to do that. A lot of inner strength to do that. Because the ego does not want that to happen because it thinks it's protecting us. That's its job. And our job is not to hate on it and not to reject it like a lot of people are teaching, because you're basically rejecting a part of yourself and that holds you back even more. That's not the point. The point is to understand the ego's role is just trying to protect you and just to honor it, respect it, and notice it. And then go beyond it. Understand the ego is like an innocent child. It's doing what it thinks it's best. Thinks is best. But it doesn't know any better. It's the oldest part of our mind, of our brain. the reptilian part. It's the most unevolved part of our brain. So its only concern is keeping us alive. That's it. That's it. So it's not to hate on it. That's not the goal. It's to just accept it, to understand what it's doing, and then go beyond it. And going beyond it means here, going down to our heart, going down to the most knowing and wise part of us, which is our heart, our soul, the deepest part of who we are, the truth of who we are, and allowing that to make the space for us to release whatever needs to be released. So if you want to be free, truly free, authentically yourself, to where you feel at peace no matter what, no matter if you have money or not, no matter if someone agrees with you or not, no matter if you make that sale or not, no matter if you have a partner or not, this is real freedom. This is true essence of who you are. Is not being attached to outside things in order to feel a certain way inside. I have an event coming up. It's called Forget the Rules and Own Your Power, where we are going to go really deep into this. We're going to discuss this from a foundational level and really break down what is holding you back in any area of your life, because the foundational principles are always the same. They always stand. It doesn't matter what result you want. It doesn't matter where you're at in your life. So we're going to really go deep into what the truth inside of you is. And it doesn't matter what the truth inside of anybody else is, because it's your life and what you are the creator of your own experience and your own life. So it's not dependent on what anybody else is doing. So if this is something, I'll put the details in the link below the video. If this is something that you feel is calling you, if this is something you really want to do for yourself, then I encourage you to come. I encourage you to make the investment and give this gift to yourself, because this will do more to help free you than any other thing you could ever do. Not that I'm the only one teaching these deep things, but very, very few people teach what I'm teaching. Very few people, it's extremely rare for those to know, for others to know the really deep truths that you're going to learn here in this. And the details will explain more about what I'm going to be showing you, what we're going to be talking about, but it's really designed in a nutshell to teach you how to free yourself from what is holding you back, from all the limitations that you have been taught to put on yourself. And crying is one. The belief that we can't cry, the belief that it's not okay to cry, it's not okay to let go, we're somehow less or we're weak for breaking down. And that's not true. That's just not true. And it doesn't serve your highest and best interests. And it doesn't feel good. In your core, it does not feel good to hold on. It just doesn't. And it's holding you back in ways you don't even know. Because until you let go of old stuff, new stuff can't come through. Healthier stuff cannot come through when it's being squashed down by all the old, crusty stuff that you're holding on to. That you don't even know you're holding on to most of the time because it's buried in your subconscious mind. And we're going to talk about that and how the mind works. So I want to encourage you to check that out. This event is going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to laugh and we're going to cry. But you're going to get a lot of value. I seek to provide so much value for those that I teach. For those who want to learn. This event is really for those who want the crash course, the all-in-one encompassing round of information. Just the essence of everything. You're going to get all of that in this event. It's only for 35 people. It's going to be a small event because that's what works for me and how I am best able to serve those that choose to invest in themselves and come and learn this and really change their lives. So that's what I have for you. I encourage you to check out that link that is below the video. And I look forward to meeting you. I look forward to getting to know you. And I definitely look forward to teaching you and showing you how to get into perfect alignment with the truth that's inside of you already. That's just been covered up. So I wish you an amazing night. It is night here. And remember to embrace who you truly are. That's the key that's going to set you free. Have a good night.